Take this off. Hello, everyone. Welcome to what I hope is the first and only PhD hooding ceremony during a pandemic. But I'm glad everyone is here today. I want to take a few moments just to welcome our guests. So I want to thank, first of all, and congratulate the students, the PhD students, the newly minted PhDs who are here tonight to be honored with the hooding ceremony. I want to thank and welcome the faculty advisors and department heads who are here to celebrate the occasion. And I also want to thank family and friends who are here with the newly minted PhD student. Your support for the kind of scholarship that we often do in isolation in labs and in libraries is really immeasurable. So thank you. And I also want to thank Dr. Ryan, representing the College for the Graduate School here today to celebrate the occasion. So the College of Arts and Sciences is proud to celebrate this moment with you all. And to get the evening started, I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Travis, who's the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, and he'll begin the hooding ceremony.
I too want to extend my welcome to you. This is one of those of the most memorable days that you will have in your lifetime, as you know, the first time that you're receiving your PhD, and for some of you, may not be the only time, but for most it will be. You would never do this to yourself or to your family again. And so we decided to hold this ceremony when we found out that tomorrow's normal graduation ceremony, we would not be allowed to actually hood the doctoral students on stage, and that the actual number of guests was a bit more limited than what may be possible here this afternoon. So we decided we would put this on, as Tommy said, our first and perhaps only doctoral hooding ceremony for the College of Arts and Sciences. But we're just very proud that you're here. There's a lot of people involved, and certainly you, the graduates, know the role that your major professor and other faculty in your college played. But there have been other people along the way that have been involved in helping to make straight the roads that needed to be straightened out so you could get to this day. And it's my pleasure today to welcome one of those men who has served this role, the executive provost and the dean of the graduate school, Dr. Peter Ryan, for a few words of welcome.
Well, good evening, everybody. Oh my goodness, I hope if you're going to be professors that you get a better response from your students. So we'll say that again. Good evening, everybody. Excellent. Actually, it is a great privilege to be here this evening to welcome you all on behalf of the Provost and Executive Vice President, and in my role as serving as the Dean of the Graduate School. It is a great passion of mine, graduate education. I was a graduate coordinator before I moved into the Provost's office as Associate Provost. And so not being able to be with you tomorrow evening as you will be minted new doctoral graduates, I asked the Dean, Dr. Travis, whether it was possible to come and visit with you this afternoon or this evening. I looked at the list of candidates, the subject matters, and topics of discovery and scholarly work, and it's an amazing list of research topics. But I was fascinated with one particular group, and I don't know where Professor Geeson is in the audience. Oh, there he is. But I'm a reproductive physiologist, but Dr. Geeson, I'll come back anytime and work on golf courses or Christmas trees and the history of them. But the topics are amazing. And I congratulate those students for the many long hours and some ups and some downs that you encountered over the years to successfully complete your degree. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it back over to the Dean and the college, but to just take this moment to congratulate you all on a job very, very well done. and I wish you Godspeed in your future endeavors. And if you're in the academy, don't forget what it was like to be a student when you're a professor, okay? Thank you.
Just a bit of an overview of our order of ceremonies. Professor Karen Brown from the Department of Communication, who is also the Director of Communication for the college, she is going to come up and she will introduce each of the candidates. We will call the candidates up by alphabetical order by the name of the department. We will have the candidates come up on this side of the stage. While on stage, their major professor will hood them. And then we will take pictures in front of the sign here. The candidate can take their picture without their mask on. But then we'll take a second picture with the candidate and their major professor with mask on. And then a third picture, the candidate, their major professor, and I'll join in because everyone has a garden that needs cluttering or cleaning out. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Professor Brown.
I am proud to announce the Doctor of Philosophy degree candidates, starting with Department of Biological Sciences. Laxmi Dungal, hooded by Dr. Heather Jordan, dissertation title, Investigations on Mechanisms of Survival and Pathogenesis of Microbacterium, Ulcerans, and Polymicrobial Environments. And now, go ahead, sorry. Doctor of Philosophy degree candidates from the Department of Chemistry. We start with Eugene Bugailong Caldona, hooded by Dr. Dennis Smith, dissertation title, Electrochemical Characterization of Fluoropolymers and Aromatic Compounds for Corrosion Protection Applications. And Dr. Whiff. And next, David Quinton Clark, hooded by Dr. David Whiff, dissertation title, Electrochemical Studies of External Forcing of Periodic Oscillating Systems and Fabrication of Coupled Microelectrode Array Sensors. And Robert W. Lamb, hooded by Dr. Edwin Webster, dissertation title, Interpreting Time-Resolved Spectra and Excited State Reactivity with Computational Methods. Doctor of Philosophy degree candidates from the Department of History. And we start with Matthew Emil, hooded by Dr. Jim Geeson, dissertation title, Greening Golf, Grass Agriculture in Pinehurst in the Sandhills. Ryan Patrick Sims, hooded by Dr. Richard Doms, dissertation title, Exporting Reconstruction, Civilization, Citizenship, and Republicanism During the Grant Administration, 1869 to 1877. Tommy Aaron Thomas, hooded by Dr. Jim Geeson. Dissertation title, Controlling Christmas, an Environmental History of Natural and Artificial Trees. Doctor of Philosophy degree candidates from the Department of Political Science and Public Administration. Matthew Lee Peterson, hooded by Dr. Christine Rush. Dissertation title, Measuring the Effects of Veteran Employment and Government Service, a Public-Private Examination of Veteran Women and Minority Representation, Veteran Wage Differentials, and Explanatory Factors. Doctor of Philosophy degree candidates from the Department of Sociology. Sarah Rogers, hooded by Dr. Nicole Rader. Dissertation title, Trans Men and the Criminal Justice System, an exploratory analysis examining intersectional experiences.
Thank you for your patience as we took these photos. We just were not certain what tomorrow morning might bring in the Coliseum, and if you would have an opportunity to get a good professional photo taken with just the candidate and then with major professor. So we wanted to take this opportunity today. If you are coming to the ceremony tomorrow morning, and I certainly hope you are, as doctors now, you are asked to wear your robe. You will not be hooded on stage, but you have the privilege of wearing the robe to graduation tomorrow, the whole time you're there. I want to end by talking about where we go from here and what is next for you. Please understand that we in the Academy have invested in you the greatest honor that we know how to invest in you, the greatest trust we know how to invest in you, that there is nothing more sacred in many ways than being given this title of Doctor of Philosophy that you've been given. And with it, I think, goes certain sort of expectations. You may have heard long ago, that William Butler Yeats was supposed to have written that education is not the filling of the pail, but the lighting of a fire. Almost certainly Yeats was not original if he in fact even wrote that. In all probability, that idea really comes from Plutarch, a Greek philosopher who lived in the early 8050 to 8120 range. And in an essay on listening, Plutarch wrote this, and this is my favorite translation. For the mind does not require filling like a bottle, but rather like wood. It only requires kindling to create in it an impulse to think independently and an ardent desire for the truth. The charge for you today is to continue to think independently. Your dissertation is one of the foremost statements you will ever make to the world of your ability to think independently, to create knowledge that had never existed before you created it. Understand that that is part of your call as a doctor of philosophy. This ability to continue to create new ideas, to bring forth new inventions, new opportunities. This is part of what we now expect of you. We also expect the second part of this. Never lose your ardent desire for the truth. As a political scientist, one thing I learned long ago is that what I wish were true and what I find out to be true are not always the same thing. We are supposed to be guided by our ethics, by the canons of our disciplines, to always search for the truth, even if it's an answer that we don't necessarily want to find. So never forget, as you go through the rest of your life as doctor, you are expected to be in search of the truth, even if it is uncomfortable for you or for others. That's part of what we expect. Thank you very much for being here today, and I hope you have a wonderful night celebrating with your family. And just recall all that they sacrificed, all of those nights that they put your child to bed, all of those nights they fixed you the extra meal so you could continue at the lab or at the writing. All of those little things they did, they have earned your admiration as well as you've earned our admiration. So have a good evening, and thank you.